Hello, I'm Bradley Andrews. This is for the Practice of Mission course for the winter 2017. I'm going to be talking about my fieldwork project, the first one, and where I went for my field project for the first one was at where I work. It's actually called Arizona Baptist Children's Services. It's there I'm going to be doing other assignments for this class, and it was suggested that I do this first assignment observing around this building, Arizona Baptist Children's Services. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down as to just the general scenery, my observations, and then as far as the conversations I had, and just as far as areas of oppression and places of a life as well that I noticed. So you need to picture where Arizona Baptist Children's Services is. It's right off the freeway that cuts through the Phoenix, Arizona Valley, and it is rented out from a church, the building that we use. It's a two-story building, and we're in a neighborhood that is on the east side of the street, and around it it's just a lot of family lot or home lots, that are smaller in nature. Actually, across the street from the agency, there is like a family towing service that we sometimes buy for parking spots for. So that's kind of the general area. Sometimes it can be, it's kind of dark there at night, I should say. But when I was walking around during the daytime, I just noticed people on their porches, or just specifically older people, and that people were kind of coming in and out of homes. So that's on the east side. So we're part of the church there. We're not affiliated with the church, but we rent out the church building. It's a nice two-story building. We have a parking lot that we have to walk a little bit to, and then there's a fire station near us as well. That's on the east side. But then on the west side, there's a lot more traffic that goes in. There is a Quick Trip. It's a gas station that's right there. There is a wireless phone store. There's a loan place, and then there's this like kind of Arabic market. There was a hookah lounge, then like Arabic meat marketplace. It was interesting just walking by there, and just the scents were very strong. And then also there's an empty lot, and then right next to that is a senior center, and then a church just down the way. So it's a very diverse area, and one place that seems to be a heavily trafficked area is the bus stop. Now, the bus stop on the west side, people jaywalk a lot to get to the bus stop from the east side to the west side, and there has been a couple of accidents that have occurred there. Now, that's the place, though, that seems to be a central meeting area to get on the bus, whether that be to get on the freeway or to head south. But I noticed, as far as observations of people, it's very mixed. There's women and children who are wearing head coverings, to people wearing leather outfits, to even just seeing homeless people pushing shopping carts. So very diverse. As far as ethnic background, it's diverse as well. There I see Hispanics. I see, especially early in the morning, there was trucks, morning trucks that were getting to their places. There was African American. There was Caucasian. I even saw Native American there, but it was very diverse as far as ethnic groups. But it seems to all encompass a lower socioeconomic status to where our agency is, which is good because that's who we're there to help. We do a resource center there in clothing, and a pregnancy center there. So, So that was kind of my observations of the people that I saw. When I talked to someone about whether they like living there, because I wanted to take up that challenge, they said they liked living here. One of them was actually just immigrated to the United States, but they said, but the trash is a little bit, especially where that empty lot area was, that they would like it to be a little cleaner, which I was thought in my head that's totally doable. So the conversation was really good. They it was kind of just I got to tell them who I was where I worked, and they actually seemed interested about where some of the services of clothing and food. But we left on good terms and laughing, and they had accents as well. I think it was more of a kind of a, how do I say it, like an African accent. I don't know, but their English wasn't strong. So trying to think. Okay, what else am I supposed to talk about? As far as age, it was across the board as well. Um, as far as other stuff is, um, as far as areas of oppression, specifically in that area, I haven't seen it where our street is. I haven't seen it as much, but I know a couple streets down the way. I have seen women prostituting themselves at uh, just due to their clothing that they wear and going up to cars. And then, so I'd see that as a place of area of oppression. One other area of oppression I would see is just I sometimes see couples, especially around the QT gas station, where they just kind of are. How do I say? When I walked by, I saw a couple arguing. So it was like, okay, who's oppressing who here when it comes to the relationships? Um, as far as areas of life, our agency is in that area, which I think has been a plus. There's a Romanian church and a Nazarene church just down the way as well. And then there's a senior center. So it's a place where elders can get taken care of. It's called the Helen Drake Center. Yeah, it was the Helen Drake Center. And so those are kind of areas of life to help out the area. As far as noticing God's fingerprints there, through our agency, I've definitely seen God's fingerprints where I've been able to pray with people, talk with people, and just showing God's love. I liked in the book how it was saying that kind of the thing that was different in Singerhurst's book, Sowing, Reaping, and Keeping, just like what way to evangelize is showing God's love. And you don't just do that by piling a 5-ton truck on a 1-ton bridge because it's going to break. It's those little encounters that happen every once in a while to where they have a good experience of who a Christian is, and ultimately pointing to God, who Christ is. For me, I kind of define love as unconditionally pointing others and self towards the ultimate good, and I can see that by pointing others towards the ultimate good through those first encounters. But then also providing the services there that people need, and just being there and talking with people. Whether that I'm tempted to go back and just go try some Arabic coffee. I didn't have any money on me at the time, but at that marketplace. So, but that's kind of, I guess, as far as I see in Singerhurst's books about evangelism, having those encounters and just building those relationships, which I think our agency is now doing there, Arizona Baptist Children's Services. We just probably have been there probably just a year, so we're still probably in the first couple of stages of just getting to doing the sewing. Probably stage 1, and people are getting to know who we are. Every once in a while, there'll be a person who comes along who who says, "Oh, those people over there are doing crazy things." So it was specifically, I'm thinking of a lady who has some mental disabilities, but still loving on them and still just trying to show Christ through our actions. But that's kind of, I guess, the area as far as for this Fieldwork project, is just to see around the neighborhood, as far as people, the spaces, the culture. Once again, it's very diverse, and I think it's a great that I'm able to work there right now. I also work not only as a parent aide at that agency, but also a counselor. So I get to counsel sometimes people who come off the streets. But then also for my project for this class, I'm going to get to work in the resource center, which will be new for me, but I'm looking forward to. Um, but that's kind of my experience with this first fieldwork project. It was a great experience just to kind of walk around and kind of see what's actually there rather than just drive past it. So thank you for this experience, Professor, and I hope you enjoy this video.